Welcome. Welcome yourself to the space that we're sharing today. Welcome everything that's here in your body. Start with your hips. Check in with your hips, maybe giving them a little roll around. If you're lying down, just sort of wiggle them back and forth to feel grounded from your center, the center of your body. And check in with your neck. You can draw circles with your nose. Find any spots in your necks and shoulders that just want to be acknowledged. That, oh yeah, okay, you're there. Maybe try to get yourself 10% more comfortable. Acknowledge the sounds in your environment, the beauty in your environment, possibly. Let it penetrate your being. Let the sounds be the music of life. If they need to be refrained, maybe you heard them as noise before, and now you can hear them as maybe the rhythm section of your life in this moment, of our shared life together. How we don't exist in isolation. Feel where we're grounded, feel where we're connected to the earth. And then offer ourselves some love, some compassion. Whatever it is we're needing right now. Connect with that in your body. And if it's an unmet need, you may want to acknowledge the paradox of we may be able to still imagine what it feels like to have that need met. And we can connect with it in our bodies in this moment. And there may be people or the place we are that don't seem to be contributing to that. We may spend a lot of time and energy trying to arrange and orchestrate our lives so that it only has people around us that contribute to our needs. Another option is to connect with it in ourselves at this moment, and with that invitation to connect with freedom. I'm feeling a tremendous amount of freedom right now. Gratitude, actually, for all the freedom that I have in my life and all the freedoms that I have to refrain my non-choices, even as I get to. It's really up to us, our internal world. So much of our internal freedom comes from how we hold our choices. We are constantly giving our power to other people by saying, you are responsible for meeting my needs. and you must do this or you will suffer. Actually, I am the one who's suffering when I do that. Where is freedom in me now? Where is freedom in my body? We let ourselves explore that. Feeling an openness in my chest. And an awareness of how I feel when I should myself or have to myself, or if I blame the people in my environment for my not being in contact with freedom. It's their fault. Or how quickly it can switch to, oh, it must be my fault since I'm not feeling freedom. Right? Just as sad, just as blamey. It's the difference between self-blame and self-responsibility, accountability. It's like, oh yeah, such a gentle reminder. How I want to have agency over in my life, how I want to have power in my life with what happens. So give yourself that freedom right now. Being open to the possibility of not blaming the other people, even if we're locked up in jail, even if you're listening to this in prison. I think you're breathing the same air I'm breathing. How is that for non-empathy? It's a great example of non-empathy. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh said when he was giving a Dharma talk in prison. I was like, oh, not sure I could get away with saying that. And certainly we have many examples of people that could not find a sense of freedom in prison. Because I don't believe it's easy. I know it's not easy spending time there myself. Breathing the same air of people that I was meditating with, people that I was sharing NVC with, hearing stories of what the life is like. So are we going to put ourselves in jail? Are we going to put ourselves in prison right now? Are we going to do that? And connected with freedom and loving kindness meditation is happiness. Oftentimes freedom and happiness go in the same blessing. May I be free, may I be happy. I think there's a reason for that. I think they're connected with me. When I'm in the driver's seat of a motorcycle or a car without a top on it, there's this openness and freedom that I feel, that I connect with happiness, actually. So whatever situation that you were in, that you can imagine yourself in, maybe at the helm of a boat, going full speed. I don't know what freedom is for you. I'm making up stories. Let yourself connect with a sense of freedom. Let yourself connect it with happiness. Let yourself acknowledge all of the ways we have to find freedom in our lives, to find joy. to find happiness. We may be able to do that today somehow. Find freedom, find happiness. Anytime there's a should in my life, I notice the lack of freedom. So instead of railing against the lack of freedom, arguing with it, find freedom in that. Find the joy in it, find the happiness. Happiness in the present moment, being able to connect what is alive in us here and now. What matters most to us. Give yourself the blessing of loving kindness, of freedom, of happiness right now. And offer it to our beloveds, to ones in our life who may not be physically with us right now. And we can imagine them right now holding our hands, supporting us. Freedom in choosing our friends, maybe not as much freedom in choosing our coworkers. I want to acknowledge that. I am not living in that prison, right? And I want to acknowledge it's hard when we can't choose our coworkers. And I'm imagining it could be a sense of freedom is to be able to find it, whether to not give away our power to meet our needs to them. How is that about a game changer? And now I'm not saying it's easy because I have an incredible amount of agency in my life and who I choose to be with. So I notice we just jumped from our loved ones to challenging people. I know there's at least a couple of people on the call or listening to the recording that work for other people that are challenged by other people. And I have challenging people as well. And they're not responsible for our freedom or happiness. They actually help us connect with our needs through our perception of them not being met. So connect with yourself and keep on offering it as a loving kindness meditation gift to yourself. I have all the conditions for happiness and freedom in my life in this moment. How is that for radical? And I wished not only my loved ones, but all beings in my life, even the ones that I define as challenging, maybe particularly for them to have a sense of freedom and happiness. It probably makes them a lot easier to be around, I'm guessing. I know I'm a lot easier to be around when I'm not giving away my freedom to others, giving away my power to others. So continue to bathe yourself and all beings in the world in happiness and freedom. I'm going to invite the bell as soon as oops, I did not change what I wanted to change. Here we go. Here we go. This will be a much nicer bell sound, I'm thinking. May you all be bathed and dwell in freedom and happiness in the next 15 minutes and throughout your entire day and evening.